Alrighty. Cool. So, do you guys remember your college applications? Because this was something that was asked someone of mine, and it really got me thinking. Because a lot of people say that apathy is the biggest issue that we face, but I really can't convince myself that's true. If you take climate change as an example, if someone's home is going to be flooded, or if they'll need to pay $5 more for potatoes, or if their grandkids are going to grow up where birdsong is a foreign concept, I think that person is going to care. Because I don't think that our biggest issue is a lack of caring. I think it's a lack of digestible information. We live in a world chock full of facts, falsehoods, updates, and opinions, and people need that data aggregated and presented in a way that convinces them to care. So why care about this talk? Because data science is sexy, and people are taking it seriously, right? But we should probably know what it can do. I like to break it down into two fields. There's solving problems, and there's convincing people. Now, both of them are great, and I love doing both of them, and both of them are powerful. But the latter has insane impact. Why is that? It's because you're not alone anymore. You can get everyone to help you, whether by taking direct action or simply by changing the way that they think. Okay, so that's some setup out of the way. We're now going to talk about how I fell into this field, but we're going to travel backwards through time. So we're going to start right now. Okay, UCSD is an amazing place for data science, and there's so many opportunities, so many brilliant people if you just talk to them. This quarter I started research with Professor Frankel. We're looking at bias in samples of a network graph. You don't need to know what that is, but we're finding a way to fix this bias when people train machine learning models on it. Last summer, with a team of incredible peers, I started a fellowship project. And our underlying goal is to present information in a way that gets food insecure individuals to discover healthy yet cost-effective food options. And then last year, when I expressed interest in teaching, I started tutoring. Now, hopefully, anyone who's had me as their tutor knows that I like to talk about so much more than just the current homework assignment. Right? When I talk with someone, I want us to leave with a different understanding of the world. And I want everyone here to appreciate that data science has this ability to alter our understanding. Because a big concept for me is that the way we understand the world and the actions that we take subsequently are affected by the info we take in and how we treat that info. That concept was cemented in high school. Grade 12, Mr. Ippolito, economics, he taught us to read the fine print, to be critical of what we see and what we believe. Grade 11, Mr. Simon, statistics, he taught us the purpose and responsibility involved with condensing information. And he taught us how to count cards, which was awesome. Grade 10, Mr. Diaz, algebra, he taught us to love math for its ability to evaluate our surroundings. And he had us read a novel in his math class so that we could practice approaching problems from a different perspective. But still, that concept, information, shaping the way we act, that concept had an origin. And that takes us back to 4th grade, where my dad came into my classroom to give a career talk with the theme Math at Work. He does PR, but he ended walking through the experiment of uncovering the cause of cholera by looking at deaths and drinking wells. Only he used water that turns you pink instead of killed you, fortunately. He led into that with Napoleon's March, a brilliant example of the intuitive representation of numbers. But first, he showed us an image that he made, and I want us all to take a look at it. It's a little bit more understated than I remember, but everything I love doing now started with this. And I love it because it's misleading. But this pretty picture, this misleading picture, is common. And it can alter the decisions of civilians, corporations, and entire countries. And then my dad did this. He showed us the same information with a different perspective, and instantly, all of us knew what was going on under the surface. And that was that. With that, the spark in me was ignited, to try to understand deeper the effects of providing and presenting info. And I hope that tonight, all of us can either remember or discover a similar spark. Thank you.